everyone, this is an introduction on how to pull reports for OVSJG grant managers using SpreadSheet Web. The first thing that I'll note is that for right now, I've only created one user login for all of the grant managers since you all don't have to do data entry. I don't foresee any specific reason why you would each need your own login, but if that changes and you each would like your own login, feel free to email me. Part of the reason that I only have the one login currently is so that we can save on users. For SpreadSheet Web, we have 2 projects coming out of SpreadSheet Web, and we have a limited number of users that we can create. So again, if this is a problem, let me know. For right now, you will all use the same user login though. So the username is Grant Manager Example, and the password is Grant Manager with the G and the M capitalized. So capital G, lowercase R-A-N-T, capital M, lowercase A-N-A-G-E-R. So when you log in, there are a couple of ways that you can pull reports depending on what your needs are. The first is pulling reports using the pre-populated reports that I've created for you. The second is if you want to pull organization-specific data, you can download those data sets. And I'll start with that. So these green underlined pieces, there are corresponding red and green underlined applications. The green is the actual data set that the grantees are inputting the data into. The red are the pre-populated reports. So say you want to pull one of your grantees' specific grant reports. You'll find the green underlined report that you want to pull. You'll go to the purple icon to the right of it. And here, the entire list of reports that have been submitted will populate. It's not just the ones that have officially been submitted, but each organization has already 4 quarters worth of pre-populated applications filled in for their organization. If you have any questions about what I mean, I also have a video that I'll include in the email that walks the grantees through how they are reporting the data that you can refer to. So say that I'm working with Fair Fund and I want to see their organizational data submission for this quarter. I can highlight this organization and I can click on this button down here. And that will download for me the Excel version of that grantee's data that they submitted. So it's all here. You can see all the questions are numbered here. They correspond to the numbers that you will see on the actual report. So if I want to compare that to, let's say we go back, and look at it. So you see they're all numbered. So you can see 3A and B here. You see 3A and B here. So all the numbers should correspond directly to what you see on the form. Now say you want to pull multiple organizations, you want to compare a couple of organizations. Using this page, you can download as many as you want. You'll just need to highlight them. So you highlight Fair Fund, you hit the Command or Control button, depending on if you're using a Mac or a PC, and you can highlight as many of these as you would like. Then you can download the selected. So it will download one document for you with all of the highlighted organizations' data for that data type. You can also download all of the data, so if you wanted to manipulate all of the organizational data to do some type of report, you can download all. It is going to download all 4 quarters worth of data into an Excel file, so you'll have to sort through that depending on what your needs are. The easier way to look at reports is just by utilizing the red underlined reports that I've already created for you. If there are any data combinations that you are looking for that are not present in the reports, you can feel free to reach out to me and I can help you by creating that inside of the report for you so that you can have it not just for the moment that you need it, but for any time in the future as well. So let's take a look at victim data. I'm going to click on this little yellow button here to the right. If you click right on the report, that's perfectly fine. You'll only be in View As mode, meaning that you can't make any edits to the actual report. If I want to make any edits to the report, and I'll show you how in just a few minutes, I'm going to want to click on it using this little yellow button here. So when you open up each report, it's going to have some charts that are going to auto-populate with the data live. So say, for example, tomorrow by close of business is when all of the data for FY18Q1 is due. As grantees are inputting their data, these charts are going to be changing in live time, meaning by tomorrow evening, these are going to look different. The numbers will look different because various grantees have not inserted their data yet, and so these numbers are not complete. But it's a good sample to show you how these charts can work for you. So you can see for all of the charts, I've divided it up by quarters so that you as grant managers can compare outcomes across the quarters. There are various things that you can do depending on what your needs are. So say I only want to look at quarter one. These charts have sliding scales. So I can actually close it off and just look at quarter one. And this can go either way. Say at some point I want to look at quarters 2 and 3. I can compare quarters 2 and 3. It's very variable and it allows for a lot of flexibility in whatever you are trying to look at. The second thing to note is that there is this lovely handy little chart. So if I just scroll my mouse over the chart, it's actually going to break down what that visual is for me into the data. So you can see this is in aggregate for all of the grantees. You can see how many genders are unknown, how many are enlisted, how many trans women and trans men, women and men the organizations have worked with during Q1. Another neat feature of SpreadSheet Web is if I only want to look at how many trans clients that organizations have worked with, I can actually click off and exit out of the categories that are not things that I'm interested in. So I can just see the number of trans women and trans men that organizations as a whole worked with during the quarter. So another neat function of using SpreadSheet Web is that you can actually download each of these visuals individually. So say that I want to download this chart because I want to put it in a document that I'm going to use to do some advocacy. I can actually click on this little cloud button and I can download it as a JPEG, a PNG, or a PDF. So for this purpose, I'm just going to download as a JPEG. I open it up and I can save this image. I can insert it into any report that I want to. Now if I want to make it more visually appealing, maybe I don't like these colors, I can go in and click the little pencil button here. And I can go to the legend and I can actually change these colors. So say there's a specific color scheme you want to use, you can actually go in and change all of these things. Now, all of these functions are available for each of the different applications. So you'll see there are 3 red underlined ones here. There are more as you move through the pages. So you'll see housing, language access, crisis intervention. All of these reports have already been completed and are ready for you to review. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. If you need more information, if you need help finding a specific piece of data, I'm happy to help you with that as well.